A peaceful place is Piper's Flat. The folk that live around keep themselves by keeping sheep and digging up the ground. But the climate is erratic, and the consequences are that the battle with the elements is everlasting war. We plough, we sow, we harrow, then we pray for rain, and then we all get flooded out and have to start again. But the folks are now rejoicing like they've never done before, because we played Molongo cricket and McDougal topped the score. You see, Molongo had a head on it. They challenged us to play a single innings match for lunch, losing team to pay. Well, we weren't great guns at cricket, but we couldn't well say no. So we settled into practice, we let the reaping go. We scoured the flat for miles around to gather up our men, but when the list was tallied, well, we only numbered 10. Then up spoke big Tim Brady. He was always slow to speak. He said, "What price old McDougal, lives down by Cooper's Creek?" So we summoned old McDougal, and he stated in reply that he'd never played at cricket, but he'd half a mind to try. He couldn't come to practice, he was getting in his hay, but he'd guess he'd show those beggars from Molongo how to play. Now, McDougal was a Scotsman, and a canny one at that. He started into practice with a paling for a bat. He got Mrs. McDougal to him, but she couldn't run at all, so he trained his sheepdog, Pincher, to scout and fetch the ball. Now, Pincher was no puppy. He was old and worn and grey, but he understood McDougal, and accustomed to obey, when McDougal cried out, "Fetch it!" he'd fetch it in a trice, and until the cry was, "Drop it!" he'd grip it like a vice. And each succeeding night they played until the light grew dim. Sometimes McDougal struck the ball, sometimes the ball struck him. When he struck the ball, he ploughed a furrow in the ground. And when he missed, well, the impetus would turn him 3 times round. Well, at last that fateful day arrived, the day that was to see Molongo bite the dust, or Piper's Flat knocked up a tree. Molongo's captain won the toss. He sent his men to bat. And I tell you what, they gave some leather hunting to those blokes from Piper's Flat. And when the ball sped where McDougal stood, firm planted in his tracks, he closed his eyes, turned him round and stopped it with his back. Well, the highest score was 22, the total 66, when Brady sent a Yorker down that scattered Johnson's sticks. Then Piper's Flat went in to bat for glory and renown. But like the grass before the scythe, our wickets tumbled down. 9 wickets down for 17, 50 more to win. Our captain heaved a sigh and sent McDougal in. £10 to 1, you lose it, cried a barracker from town. McDougal said, "I'll take it, man," and plonked his money down. He girded up his moleskins in a self-reliant style, took his hat and boots off, and faced the bowler with a smile. Well, he held the bat the wrong way round, and Johnson, with a grin, stepped lightly to the bowling crease and sent a wobbler in. McDougal gently spooned it back to Johnson standing there. Then he cried out, "Fetch it!" and starts running like a hare. Molongo cried out, "Victory!" He's out as sure as eggs. When Pincher darted through the crowd, he raced through Johnson's legs. He seized the ball like lightning and ran behind a log. McDougal kept on running while Molongo chased the dog. They chased him up, they chased him down, they chased him back again. He darted through the slip rail as the scorer called out, "10." McDougal puffed, Molongo swore. The excitement was intense as the scorers called out, "20." Pincher's cleared a barbed wire fence. "Let's head him," cried Molongo. "Brain the mongrel with a bat." "Run it out, good old McDougal," cried the men from Piper's Flat. And McDougal kept on running. Then Pincher doubled back, and the scorers called out, "40," as they raced across the track. McDougal's legs were going hard. Molongo's breath was gone. But still Molongo chased the dog as McDougal struggled on. But when the scorer got to 50, they knew the chase could cease. And McDougal gasped out, "Drop it," as he dropped within his crease. Then Pincher dropped the ball, and as instinctively he knew discretion was the better plan, he's disappeared from view. And as Molongo's beaten men, exhausted, lay around, we raised McDougal shoulder high and bore him from the ground. We bore him to McGuinness's, where lunch was ready laid, and filled him up with whisky punch, for which Molongo paid. We drank his health in bumpers. We cheered him 3 times 3. And when Molongo got their breath, Molongo joined the spree. And you know, the critics say they never saw a cricket match like that, where McDougal broke that record in the game at Piper's Flat. And the folks are now rejoicing, like they've never done before, 'cause we played Molongo cricket and McDougal topped the score.